Hi everyone, it's Erica with Siren Song Oracles. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing good. I am here tonight to do my Monday reading. And then we're going to be focusing more on the feminine, the divine feminine this time. Last time we focused on the masculine, but the masculine will be in this reading, but we're going to start it off with her and like focusing on her and where you guys are at because all my watchers are, I assume they're feminine, they're females. They could be masculine females, who knows? But there's something in here for them too, in that case. So, again, my name is Erica with Siren Song Oracles. If you resonate with this reading at all going forward, please subscribe, please like, please comment. I want to thank a new subscriber that came on. And for some reason, the name escapes me right now, but I just want to say thanks to that new subscriber. Okay? I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. I have to go back and look, but I'm filming right now. So thank you for subscribing. Okay, so let's get on with the reading. And I've already pulled the cards, okay, so we can eliminate all the time and the shuffling and everything else. And I got a little fall setting going on here. I will be doing something for when October comes up for Halloween, and I'll get that all set up, and that'll be a nice change of scenery as well. I look forward to that. It'll be really fun to do all the Halloween readings that I got planned. Okay, so we're going to start out with the feminine and where she's at just in her regular everyday life. Okay, so we got, hold on one second here. We have, let's see what we have here. The first card is the Six of Air. So she is basically wanting peace, wanting to go to a better space in life. You know, she might be moving. I mean, if you want to get, kind of technical, she might be moving. The energy of wanting to leave, wanting to, move to a different town, different state, etc. Or just moving away from drama, moving away from chaos, moving away from a bad situation, moving on from something and gaining peace from it. It could be just moving on from a job or something like that. I mean, it's not like the Six of Air, or which is the Six of Swords, is an ending, but it's just a moving away from something to get to calmer waters, to achieve peace. She may want to do this with a particular person as well. The next card is the Seven of Earth. Oh, and this deck, by the way, is the Good Tarot. Yeah, that's what this is called. The Seven of Earth is a card about investments. And she's just possibly looking at her investments or what she has invested in. And she wants to know if she wants to keep investing in it. She might be contemplating that right now. Like, what do I want to invest in? This is how far I've come. That's what the Seven of Earth, aka the Seven of Pentacles, is about. This is how far I've come. What do I want to do now? Looking at all that she has achieved or how far she's come. Now, where does she want to go? And it could be also looking at not just where does she want to go, but like with a particular person as well. It could even be the masculine. So the man in her life, like, do I want to invest any further in this situation? Where do I want to put my time, my effort? Do I want to put it into this job? Do I want to put it in this man? These are questions she might be asking herself right now. Next card, Ten of Earth. Yeah, Ten of Earth. So she's getting into the abundance zone here with the Ten of Earth, which is cool. Maybe because she's looking at the Seven of Earth. So this is for, pentacles and money and material things in this reading. But the Ten of Earth is also about closing things out. So she might be closing out a financial cycle or something to do with the, like material things like a home or maybe even a job. But it's earthy energy. So she's just maybe wanting to get into abundance. So I was kind of confused by this card, to be honest. I was like, this is just one of those cards where I need more clarity. So I did pull a clarifying card, and it was the King of Water, which I thought was kind of interesting. So the King of Water and her go together. So, I mean, her. I actually like that card. She's really cute little fairy. So Ten of Earth and the King of Water. Yeah, like it's almost like maybe this King of Water, brings some abundance to her. Maybe this King of Water is closing out a cycle with her. Maybe the King of Water could be a boss. King of Water could be a man who brings abundance into her life. Possibly contemplating this, or actually this is happening right now. Maybe she's achieving the Ten of Pentacles through this King of Water. She's a benefactor. She's receiving some sort of abundance. Or again, other meaning for it is closing out a cycle with maybe the King of Water. And the King of Water is a Scorpio energy. So this is interesting. So trying to find some peace, getting away from a situation. I did 3 cards, for the tarot, 3 cards for all the oracle cards too, just so you know. But I had some. It's funny. All the clarifying cards came up for like each last card because the last card would always make me go, I need more information. So anyway, trying to find calmer waters in life, moving away from a situation that was not bringing her any peace, looking to the future of, well, what do I want to invest my time, effort, money into right now? Where do I want to go from here? Achieving some sort of abundance from a king of water or closing out a cycle with a king of water energy. Maybe it's a man in her life. Okay, so that was her overall everyday energy. Whoops, that fell. Okay. The next one was, what's her energy toward the masculine, toward the divine masculine right now? First one I got is the Hanged Man. Got a few things from that. I get she is trying to look at this situation with him from a different perspective. She's gaining perspective on the situation. She's tied up for the time being because nothing is happening. This is a pause. So, like a lot of the readings that I do, I think my collective is a collective that's not necessarily with their person yet, or they're separated from their person somehow through some circumstance, whether it's a breakup or just can't be together or whatever situation this is. But it's a pause in the relationship. It's a pause. It's a pause with him, about him, from her. She's trying to gain different perspective about it. Also, too, it's a card of surrender. That maybe the divine feminine, just has surrendered and said, I'm giving this up right now. I'm giving him up for now. I have to surrender because there's nothing happening. There's nothing moving forward, and I'm just going to have to just let go for now. Getting a different perspective and surrendering. Yeah, that's really positive. I like that because you know what? If there's nothing you can do, don't do. Let it be. This is meant to be. You are meant to have this pause. So, next card is Magician. So I'm just going to say, it's the card of manifestation. Also could be the card of manipulation, depending on the situation here. So the next 2 cards will kind of maybe help with this, but she's feeling pretty powerful, Even though she's taking that pause, the feminine's feeling some sort of power here when it comes to her masculine. It's the power of manifesting that situation, the power of, getting what she would want. But at the same time, this is, like I said, this could be a card of being tempted. I don't want to say that word yet. Shoot, I didn't pull the card yet. All right, I'll bring it out now. The next card was temptation. So I'm like, ooh, when I got magician and temptation, I'm like, uh-oh, okay, hold on. Because this card is actually the devil card. So I was like, okay, there's a little bit of manipulative energy going on here because somebody's lusting and somebody's tempted, okay? I was like, all right, that was like feminine needs to watch that. Even though she's surrendered, she may have those moments where she's tempted to do something. She's tempted to use her power unwisely. Possibility. Because there's this card, look how she's clinging. Okay, just check this out. Look how this is clinging onto this. It's not a good view. It's better over here, actually. It's kind of has a weird glare there. Clinging onto the apple. She's clinging on, holding on to that apple, man. And there's riches and materialism and all this. A little too attached. So don't be tempted to, and you're not going to be, because I did get a clarifying card for temptation. So hold on one second. We got the 9 of Earth for temptation. So basically that's the good news. The good news is you're not going to go. You are going to stay, because this is codependent energy. I'm so sorry, it's getting all crazy here. This is codependent energy right here. The 9 of Earth is not. The 9 of Earth is independent, on her own, doing her own thing. See, look. See that? She's clinging onto that apple, but no, we're going to go into the 9 of Earth. But I think it's just, there's a couple, other cards coming up here where it's going to show you there's some warnings going on for the divine feminine. Use the magician for you, not for the situation with him. It's best to stay in your independent energy and use that magician power for yourself. and now fall into codependency, temptation, and having to do something about him. Stay with the Hanged Man. Stay with the surrender right now. Do your own thing. Do things for yourself. Financial independence, emotional independence. That's what the Nine of Earth is all about. It's a single card. And sometimes it sucks, you don't want to be single, but sometimes you're meant to be single for a period of time. You're just meant to be single. So this is where, you're at. Sometimes you're feeling a temptation, I believe, to go and manipulate the situation on your own and use that magician energy for not the right reasons, So yeah, stay grounded in the Nine of Earth. And yes, keep looking at it from a different angle. It's actually going to help. You surrender and look at this from a different angle. You're going to find that peace that you're looking for right now. Because the Six of Swords, you're trying to get away from something that is not working for you and not serving you and not bringing you any peace. And that's maybe this situation possibly with your divine masculine. So that's how you're feeling about him right now. Okay, so now we're going to go into messages for the feminine, like advice messages for you. Oh, I think we got a little off track here. Advice messages for you. First card is stand firm in the eye of the storm. Scorpio. So this could be for, maybe your feminine Scorpios out there. This could mean something. Or maybe your masculine one's a Scorpio. I think we already got Scorpio earlier too. It's coming into the reading. So this card, I don't know this deck that well, but I do know, I did read this, and basically it's about like an emotional situation that is going to happen that might rock you a little bit, because this is about regeneration right now. This is about death. I'm so sorry about these cards. This is about death and rebirth. In fact, I'm going to actually read the meaning because it'll be so much better, because I don't know. I'm still getting to know these cards. So this is Eclipse in Scorpio, regeneration, stand firm in the eye of the storm. A passionate or very emotional matter comes to full circle. Yeah. I should try to see that card a little bit better. Comes to full circle. A turning point that can alter the course of your life is in the wings. Now it could be any of these meanings, okay? Let your head do the talking. Your head. Again, that temptation. Watch it. Let your head do the talking and ensure decisions are guided by your intuition, not your emotions. Avoid hasty and extreme emotional responses. Okay? Avoid intrigue, gossip and drama, or chaos could result. So again, stay grounded, like I said. An entirely fresh understanding of life, birth, death, and the transformation inherent in the human journey will become apparent, and you will understand on an instinctive level what must be done. Allow yourself to grieve a passing circumstance. Breathe and let go of matters that no longer serve your higher purpose. Yeah, we just talked about that. You are a spiritual being experiencing the material world. You will learn how to adapt to prevailing circumstances. It is your destiny to do so. When you have learned this skill, the necessity for regeneration will become apparent. Believe that you can ride out any storm that blows your way. Your resilience and ability to be practical in the eye of the storm will enable you to prevail against the odds, especially if you avoid deceit, destructive behavior, and negative or explosive emotions. So something's coming up. This is going to be a trigger point for you feminines. You're going to have to ride this out with composure. You're going to have to be strong. Let's keep going to the last part here. Stand up to disruptions without contributing to drama. If a relationship is challenging, try to be compassionate. Maintain a calm approach to other people's dilemmas and work methodically to bring a new circumstance into being. Slowly the storm will pass and a new beginning will be evident. Avoid being cowed by change. Cowed, as in afraid. Avoid being afraid of change. This card can also predict an inheritance. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, but basically something's going to happen and it's going to be intense. Or intense environment's going to come upon you. A problem may prop up. Maybe it could be you and your masculine get into a fight. Or you have a conversation, something, but it's a test. It's a test. Don't explode. Don't get overly emotional. Don't react, respond. Think think before you speak. Ride out the storm. And you know why you're going to ride out the storm? Because look, right, this is the next card I pulled after that. Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Okay, see? You don't have to worry. This whole thing is going to pass. The storm will pass because the storm always passes, right? So it's like after this major, like almost like a tower type situation event, you have a better and bright future. But don't, it's almost like you, you know, they give you the message and they're like, but don't worry, but everything will be fine in the end. It may seem like things aren't going to be fine, but they will be. So just have that positive energy, even though you're in the eye of the storm. It's not easy, but you're being honed like a fine diamond right now. That's all this is about. This is the life's journey is about learning and growing and expanding. Okay. So next cards, and I'm sorry, I'm bringing out two cards because they both came out at once. No, I'm sorry. Correction, they didn't come out at once. I pulled the clarifying card. So I see this card, right? Obedience. This is the next oracle card I pulled. And to me, it was like, I was like, okay, this looks like a balancing act kind of a thing. And this was kind of like a boundary. And I had to read it again because sometimes I forget about the cards. It's about rules. This is about rules and how they are in place for a reason. Somebody has to be obedient to rules. There is something blocking something, maybe like a rule, that you have to follow that you don't really want to follow, but you kind of have to go with it. It's just kind of saying, whatever has already been set in place, you're going to have to go with that. So here's the clarifying card that I got, forbidden. Yeah. So the first thing I thought was, okay, here we go. Because I think the masculine is forbidden to this feminine here. I think, there's rules in place, whereas you guys cannot be together. Okay. Like I said, there could be a marriage here. Could be a third party situation here, and it's forbidden. So don't break the rules, your own rules even. Like your own values for this forbidden fruit. I'm just saying, I'm talking about forbidden fruit because also too of that other temptation energy that came up. What is forbidden is always very tempting. It's just again, I'm just feeling like in this emotional explosion, I'm just feeling like, wow, something even sexual could happen here if you're not careful. And it's not going to be a good thing because you're going to break some rules that really aren't going to work out for you very well karma wise. So you have to be very, like I said before, I feel like a sense of discernment has to come here, a sense of composure, a sense of being grounded. That's the message I'm getting. And please don't go into the forbidden zone. You're not going to like it. You're going to regret it. Just feel like a test might be coming up. But in the end, it's all going to be okay. But it's kind of like one of those things where a lot of times, rules are meant to be broken. In this case, they are not. They are not. You have to go with what already is. That you can't break that rule. So beware and be careful of forbidden fruit and temptation around it. And getting swept up emotionally. Yeah. This could be very much about integrity as well. So very interesting advice for the feminine. Okay. So now we're going to get to the masculine. And we're going to get to how he is currently feeling about her. That's all we did. We didn't really do anything about him and his, regular life or whatever. We're going to cut the reading down. Just focus on, what his energy is toward her. So the first card I got, and I had clarifying cards. I used the Tarot of Sexual Magic with the clarifying cards of Moonology. So that's a pretty cool match. Knight of Wands. So again, we have more sexual energy here. Just like last week. There was a lot of sexual energy last week. So I think there's a lot of lust happening here. In a general sense, maybe they're feeling each other. They're feeling each other's lusty energy possibly right now if they're in separation. Looks like they are. So he wants to swoop in like a knight and be hot and sexy with you, maybe just kind of have sex. Maybe he's fantasizing about that. It's a very passionate card. So he's got a lot of passion for his feminine. But, it's not the kind of passion that is sustainable at this point. It's just like a quick in and out, and that's not what you want. And again, we're going to go back to that other card about temptation and forbidden. It's not about, being a prude or anything. It's about, don't cross certain lines. I think you will be regretting that in the end. Don't act impulsively. So there's another card to show you that how he's feeling is he's feeling pretty hot right now. He's feeling passion toward you. Okay. So the clarifying card is believe in the impossible. You know what? What I got from that, I got that you know, he's a very idealistic about this situation. He's idealistic about you. Like a Knight of Wands is, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, all very idealistic type signs. I would know. I'm a fire sign. I'm a Leo. So I know all about that idealism. So in his heart, he really does feel like, you know, he's got this like in passion. He's like, oh, you know, this could still happen. You know, I believe in us. I believe in our situation. Even though it seems impossible that it's going to work out, I still believe. It's crazy. I mean, it's you may be surprised to hear that, but yeah, he's pretty idealistic about it. And this just shows you how much more idealistic he is. But in a way, I you know, could be a closing out of a cycle too. This is the Ten of Cups. So he's feeling about her. Maybe he's closing out an emotional cycle with her, or what he's feeling is, you know, she'd make him very happy. He could have the ultimate happiness with his feminine. Ten of Cups. He knows that's what he could have if he works this out somehow. She's his ultimate happiness, fulfillment. Yeah, I mean, he could. That card is that card does mean fulfillment. And interestingly enough, the clarifying card is expect powerful change. So, with that Ten of Cups, a change in your happiness. You're about to maybe experience more happiness in your life. Fulfillment, powerful change. The fulfillment of change between, you know, he's, you know, could be just he really wants a change for you guys. Sounds like he wants this to happen. He wants his Ten of Cups. So that's very positive, actually. The next card is the only one, of course, it's like, oh boy, here we go. So yeah, and by the way, this is a theme. This keeps coming up in a lot of the readings I've been doing for the Divine Masculine is the moon. He's keeping hidden. There's some sort of deceit going on here. He's in illusion. He's either in illusion, you know, or there's deceit going on and he's hiding. Now, I got from the clarifying cards that he's hiding something, okay? So what he's hiding is prosperity lies ahead, okay? And then meditate and contemplate. And what those cards mean, prosperity lies ahead. I'm sorry, it's kind of blurry. I'll just put that there. Prosperity lies ahead. What that means in this particular deck, now it's the new moon in Taurus, it means plans. Time to make your goals and your plans. Planning for the future, looking ahead. So what I'm seeing is, you know, he's the moon, right? The masculine's hiding this plan he has going on. He's making some plans. He's not letting anybody know about it. And I got a clarifying card on that because I wanted to know what that was all about, like what the prosperity lies ahead was about, and that was meditate and contemplate. Yeah, he's meditating on his new life because there's another new moon. We got a new moon in Taurus, new moon in Pisces. This is all new, but it's in the moon's energy, which means it's hidden because he's meditating and contemplating on this new plan he's trying to do in his life. He's planning for the future somehow. You know, he's just making plans and not revealing. He's not revealing himself to the feminine. He could be even making plans, you know, contemplating making plans with her. It's quite possible. Seeing her in his future. But he's not coming forward and he's not sharing right now. So that's the way that is right now, and you got to live with that for now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait to talk to him or wait to come back or wait to make his move that he needs to make. You don't have to wait, but I'm just saying that's where it's at right now, so you have to accept that. And that's where it's been, you know. Last couple weeks, that's where it's been. So we need to, if you're in this collective, that's what's going on for you. If not, then I think you've already stopped watching the video. Okay, so now the next batch of cards is how the Divine Masculine is seeing the Divine Feminine right now. How's he viewing her? And again, we're back to like some prosperity. We're back to like a Ten of Cups, like a fulfillment type of thing. This is like birthing something. I mean, maybe some of you feminines out there, maybe he even sees you as, you know, you could be the mother of his children. But I see it, or you are the mother of his children somehow, and you're in separation with him right now. But he sees you as somebody he could really like be in a community with, establish things with, and birth things. Like, you know, create new life, create new projects or new life possibly too. But it's very fertile. That's a very fertile card. And he views you that way. Somebody he could build with, somebody he could be in a community with. You got things in common. Somebody he may want to create with or birth with. Interesting. The next card is from the Mermaid. This is the Mermaid deck, by the way. Is the timeout cards. Again, we're back to the timeout. Like we all talked about this for the last couple weeks. Like I said, he's still on his timeout. And how he's viewing her is, you guys are on a timeout. He's seeing that you're taking one too. I mean, I think this feminine, that he's looking at. I mean, if you're listening, you haven't went toward him either. He may have went into hermit mode and taken a timeout, but you have as well. You're actually contemplating as well. It's not just him. So he sees you as taking a timeout from him. And he also is taking a timeout from you. And that's just, for some reason, I don't know why I'm getting this, but I think he's pretty comfortable with that. Like, that's the way it's supposed to be right now. That's all it can be right now. Thinking of both of you just kind of contemplating the situation. Next card, how he's viewing the feminine, the silky in her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. He sees you coming into your own, possibly maybe on social media or hearing about you or just knowing who you are. I mean, just if you're, in separation, somehow he's knowing about this, seeing this. You're comfortable in your skin. And that's very attractive to him. Reclaiming your authenticity. Also, he maybe needs to reclaim his if he's going to be with you. He has to be his real self with you. Because you are who you are. You're real. You do your own thing. You're comfortable in your own skin. It's very attractive to him. And I think he wants to be actually more like that as well. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, great. Okay, now we're going to get to this was the most interesting part of the reading, I think, is his fears around the feminine. Like, what are the divine masculine's fears regarding his divine feminine, okay, at this present time? First card I got was 5 of Pentacles. Yep, he fears being left out in the cold. He fears being abandoned. He fears that maybe you've already left him out in the cold. Maybe he already feels this way, and that freaks him out. Like, okay, she's not talking to me. She's not going for it. She's not chasing me like she used to. And because you're not chasing him, he feels abandoned, possibly. That's what he fears. He fears that he's going to get rejected by you, essentially. Abandonment, rejection, being left out in the cold. Lack energy. So he's got that problem of lack. Of course, that's an illusion, but that's his fear. His other fear is the Knight of Cups. Yeah. He fears giving this cup to you. I think he fears, what I get from this is he fears his feelings. He fears his Knight of Cups feelings toward you, which means very romantic things because, he doesn't want to get rejected. He doesn't want to be left out in the cold. He has feelings for you. He doesn't like having feelings for you. It makes him uncomfortable. Yeah, it's an interesting card. It's almost like this goth guy's going, no, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. Right? These are great cards. This is the Gothic Tarot, by the way. This is what it looks like. This is going to be a lot of Halloween readings. We're going to have this tarot. Gothic Tarot. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Yeah, during the Halloween season, oops, that one dropped. During the Halloween season, we'll be having a lot of that. Okay. So yeah, he's definitely fearing his own feelings about you and fearing offering that cup. Okay, so there's other fears, and I got 2 clarifying cards with this, which I thought was pretty darn interesting. Ooh, my battery's running low. That's not good. I'm gonna have to plug my battery in right now. Darn. I hate to put it on pause because last time I put it on pause, the reading died out. Okay, but I think we're gonna have to put it on pause. Like, either that or we're gonna have to hurry up this reading. Hopefully, let's just take a chance. I'm not going to worry about this right now. Okay, the next card was the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, 7 of Pentacles, which is investment. All right, but I didn't understand why he's afraid of investment. Is he afraid of losing his investments? Is he afraid of, what's the deal with the investment? Why is he afraid of that? Because of the 5 of Swords, which is conflict. Okay, he's afraid of confrontation, conflict, fighting about investments. I don't know. It's a little weird. And then after that, I had to pull another card, and I got the Lover. So he doesn't want to make a choice. He doesn't want to make a decision. Whatever he's making this, I'm going to view it over here. Whatever he's making this decision on with with this investment right here, it's conflict. There's conflict involved in it. His own personal conflict, or maybe conflict with even other people when he has to, because when he makes this decision, there is going to be conflict with other people, or there's, at least within himself. And there's some investments involved. He's already made some investments. Like I said before, could be third party, could be married, could be whatever. And there's investments involved here. The lovers, decision has to be made possibly between two people, or just a decision in general about investments. But there's a lot of conflict around these particular investments. And he's got a lot of fear there around that. So maybe he doesn't want to, give something up. He knows it's going to be a battle about the investments. Doesn't want to make the decision. He's fearful to make the decision. So overall, fear of being left out in the cold and abandoned, rejected because he has feelings for you. He doesn't want to express. He's kind of hiding them, as we know. He's been taking that time out and maybe trying to make some decisions around some investments, but there's major fights going on about that. So I don't know. Definitely conflicted. Definitely doesn't want to come forward with his feelings. He's got a lot of fears around that. And maybe he's been rejected before and left out in the cold before, and he doesn't want to just experience that again. We've all got fears about that. But this investment thing, I just keep thinking, he's maybe invested with another person. He's invested in many things possibly with that other person too. Who knows? But whatever it is, there's a real problem with it. There's a real conflict with it. So those are his fears. Maybe he fears you guys will get into a conflict. Maybe he doesn't want to invest in a relationship right now. That's another possibility as well. Okay. So those were the fears of the masculine. And now we have our last set. And this is perfect timing because my battery's going to die pretty soon. This is like his future actions, his possible future actions. I asked, what does he want to do? What action does he want to take toward the feminine? The first card I get is worth waiting for. So there's more waiting involved. There's more timing involved. And like I said, it just seems like there's a lot of issues in his life right now that he has to clear up. All this investments and all the fears. And he seems like he's got a lot in his way. So it just might be the divine timing. The timing isn't right now. And he wants to wait for it to be right. That's what he wants to do. Secretly, he could be hoping that you are waiting. He could be hoping the timing will be right when he is able to have this relationship with you, to make the real connection with you. So there's a major aspect of timing in the situation that he is even aware of. Okay. So romantic feelings is the second card. So, your feelings are real and worth exploring, He wants to explore feelings with you. He's feeling these feelings. Still in the future, he will still be feeling for you. Maybe they're going to even be a little bit more possibly in the future, because I got the attraction card too. So we got romantic feelings and attraction. Quite nice. Very much warming up to the idea of you. And also he's finding you attractive because he sees you enjoying the moment fully. That's a big part of it. I think he's attracted to you because you are enjoying your life. He somehow, like I said, from that card, the mermaid card, about I was seeing how you're authentic and you're living your life. Somehow he's just knowing this, even though you guys aren't necessarily together right now. He knows this. He sees it probably on social media or hears about it or just is in your life, but like at a distance. But yeah, he's very attracted to you because of that, and he's got romantic feelings for you, and he may come forward and share that possibly in the future. So, it's still there inside. It's just right now, I think he's just dealing with a lot of conflicting feelings. He's got some other decisions he needs to make. There could be investments involved. There's a lot going on. And again, I keep, emphasizing every reading is, just give him his space and go on with your life. Keep enjoying the moment of your life fully, and you can do whatever you want. You don't have to worry about, oh, if I do this, I won't have him in my life. Or, what if I decide, what if I meet somebody else and I want to date them? Go ahead and date them. I mean, your divine masculine, this one that I channel quite often, is actually most likely in another relationship, or just very fearful of being in a relationship, even if he's not in one. He's got other investments going on. So who knows how long the wait is going to be, and you don't really want it to be a wait. I think the better wording of that would be, you don't know how long the timing's going to be on this. I mean, sure, it could happen. Sure, it looks like he wants this to happen completely. He totally has feelings for you, but and he also has a lot of fears around you too. But it's just, you can't wait forever. Just have faith, live your life, and move forward. You don't have to move on, because it's going to be really hard to move on from this person if you feel such a strong feeling for them and a strong connection. You can't like just detach and forget and you'll never think of them again. It's not about that. It's just about moving forward with your life and not letting the feelings for him, or what can be or what might be, or we're going to get back together, or whatever those questions you have are, dominate your thoughts and dominate your life. Remember, we have to be more rational now. Remember what it said about the emotions. Ride that out and be strong during this time. Focus on yourself, be strong, and move forward. And all this, it's going to settle in. I mean, it's just some things are about to happen. So it's going to be an interesting ride here. Okay, everybody have a lovely night, and I'll talk to you soon. And again, if you're digging this, if you're resonating, please subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you. Bye-bye.